Hi, I'm Terry from Bed and Biscuits Boarding and Training Facility, and this is a really nice Rottie named Max. He's done real well. You had a very good handle on him when he came here, matter of fact, but his biggest fault, I would say, is patience. It's like right now, he'll sit for a little while, he'll down for a little while, then he gets very impatient. But he's unneutered, he's very young, so I think if we try to have patience with him, he'll end up developing more patience himself. Anyway, we're going to go through about 4 or 5 different exercises. The heel, the sit stay, the down stay, the recall. I'm going to use hand signals and verbal commands as well as we go through it. I just got like a 5 or 6 foot leash here, nothing spectacular, nothing fancy. Also got just a prong collar, which is really good for him just while he's in training. Don't let him run around with it if you use it at home. He listens a lot better with it. But when he's free and able to do what he wants at home, don't leave it on him because he can get it. It's okay, baby. He can get it hooked on a doorknob, a gate latch, or a tree limb, or anything like that. And he gets it snagged on this part right here. It's just going to get, the more he pulls, the tighter it's going to get. So they kind of freak out. So when something like that happens, so they can cause more damage by trying to get away. Hey, Max, sit. And so when we return, we'll start out with a heel on leash. Okay, this is going to be Max's heel on leash. Like I say, 5 or 6 foot leash, prong collar, only to be used when you're training. Dog is always at your left side, always at your left side through all these exercises. When you start walking, he should heel beside you. If he goes somewhere other than where you're going, you feel this leash get tight, do not walk around with it tight. Leave it a little bit loose. If it gets tight, just give a little pull and release real quick, not very hard. It makes that get tight and then releases, gives the correction that he needs. He should return back to your side. When you stop walking, he should automatically sit. If he doesn't, we'll make him sit. Hey, come on, Max, come on. He gets very impatient. Sit, good boy. So he's at our left side. Let's take our first step and ask him to heel. Let's see how he does. Ready, Max? Heel. Good boy. As you stop, automatically sit. Good boy. Heel. Good boy. Again, slow down, slow, and then stop. And he should automatically sit. Praise your dog. Good boy. Okay. This is going to be Max's sit stay. It's at your left side. Hand signal to sit. Pull your hand up like that. Ask him to sit. You're going to tell him to stay, and you're going to walk to the end of your leash. If you can only get this far away, tell him to stay before he follows you, but I think he's going to do better than that for you as well. Go to the end of your leash, but reinforce where to stay so he doesn't try to follow you. He's very impatient, so he's not going to want to stay there long. We're trying to work up to longer lengths of time, but that all comes in time. Let's see how he does. Max? Max, over here. Sit. Stay. 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 To get him ready for off leash, stay. I've walked around him, but I keep him on leash. Reinforce words, stay. 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 Then you return. Do not release him, so you get all the way back here and let him sit here for a couple seconds. Say, exercise finished. Good boy. Okay, this is going to be Max's down stay. Again, at your left side, you got him in a sit. You're going to stand right next to him, turn and face him, and put your finger right to the ground. You don't even have to, just tie him down. He does very well with it down. Hey, stay. And he always does that one stretch to get laid out on the ground. If he were to crawl towards me, I would fix that and put him back where he started. But he always just does, Max, come on, hey, sit. He does that one sprawl out straight. And that's okay with me. Let's see how he does. You got him in a sit. Down. There's the stretch. Stay. He doesn't always do this, but hey, stay. 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 Get him used to the off leash. Walk around him. Stay. He doesn't usually do all this back rubbing, but apparently he's a little itchy. Stay. It's okay with me, but a lot of times that results in him getting up with any dog. Stay. But he's doing good. He knows he's got to stay there. Same thing, stay. When you return, stay. Stay. Make him stay down after you get back. Stay. 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 Exercise finish. Good boy. Praise your dog. Sit. Okay, this is going to be his recall. So far, the hand signals we went over is to sit, stay, and come. We're going to do come right now. So sit, stay, down, okay? And then this is going to be the come, where you're going to tell him to sit like he is, tell him to stay, walk to the end of your leash, and you bring your hand to your chest and tell him to come. And he does very well. Hopefully he comes and sits at your feet, but the biggest thing is when you call him, he comes to you. We're working to get all this done so when he gets off leash, when he'll do this for you eventually off leash, which he does pretty darn good. Like I said, you had a pretty good handle on him when you brought him here. Hey, come on, sit. Hey, sit. Okay, we put him in a sit. Max, pay attention. Because he wants to go that way towards our cameraman, camera woman, and the kennel, I'm going to call him the opposite way just because I want him to listen to me. So sit, sit, stay, stay, stay. Oh, no, no, no. Tell him no if he does that. Come on. Put him back to where he started. Sit. Always put him back to where you started. If he goes up there and you started over there, he's going to get used to doing that. Sit. Stay. Stay. Max, come. Good boy. Exercise finished. Good. Okay, for conclusion, Max has done very, very well. But there again, I think we talked when you brought him in and then you came to visit him. Everybody has their own preference, but he would listen so much better even than he does if he was neutered. It's just a fact. He does really well, but the few little things that he does, constantly smelling where another dog is peed, really conscientious of where other dogs are and what they're doing. A lot of that has to do with him not being neutered. He listens exceptionally well for an unneutered male Rottie, exceptionally. And I understand some people don't want to get the dogs neutered at all, or they want to breed them at least once or twice. I understand that. But, you know, if he were mine, I would have an ultimate goal of eventually getting him neutered. He would be even that much better. And he's excellent as it is. So just take that into mind. And you can do as you want, of course, but it's just my, thoughts. Going in and out of doorways, I got him on a leash. Even when I don't, I let him out here to go to the bathroom in the mornings and in the afternoons before I train him. And I make him sit and stay going back in the kennel without a leash. I'll tell him he knows because I started out doing on a leash. Tell him to sit, tell him to stay. I'll open the door and tell him to stay. Hey, see, like this sniffing and smelling is so important to him because one reason he's not neutered. But I put him in a sit, tell him to stay. I kind of open the door and stand it, then tell him to come, and he does it excellent. It's something that if you open a door at home, he doesn't think he's got to be the first one in or out of it, which most dogs do. He will try you, but if you tell him to sit and stay, he will. He does very well. He is capable of doing off leash. If you want to do that later on down the road, I think he would be a real good candidate for it. But also, again, if he was neutered, he would be outstanding off leash. The only thing that's going to get him in trouble off leash, if he catches a smell and you've got him off leash and he wants to go, you have no way to really get a hold of him and correct him because he's not going to be on a leash. So that's going to be his biggest problem to do the off leash and him to be real good at it is if he's not neutered. Hey, see, there's a couple dogs jumping back there and he's really, I know he just wants to play probably, but I think that would all, hey, sit, stay. It would be less if he was neutered. But as for conclusion, he's done really well. If you do opt to do off leash, we could definitely discuss it and go that route. Thank you very much. Good boy, Max.